Good morning, everybody, or afternoon, whenever you're watching this. This is Tracy Brown, your somatic nutrition therapist and intuitive eating and body image specialist. A mouthful. So I'm outside, obviously. I am sitting outside my favorite little kind of bakery. They're wonderful. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to tell you the story of this place. It's been open a year and a few months now. My daughter and I stumbled upon it, and it's literally a mom and pop place. Somebody my age opened up a bakery, and they make everything pretty much daily from scratch, like meringues, cinnamon rolls, of course coffee, everything you can think of, shortbread, Nutella cookies. I mean, it's just amazing, and there's some soups and stuff too. I'm sharing all that with you is because these people, the reason I love this place is not just the food, is that food is also connection and it's caring, and she cares about the quality of your food as well as the people, her customers. So I hang out here when I can, in between what's going on with my daughter, because it's not that far from her stuff. And I'm just happy to be here this morning. It's just a beautiful day. It's finally cooling off, which is why I'm wearing this. And I just want to share a little encouragement with you all today. I didn't have a big agenda. I don't have a big theme planned out. I didn't even think too much about what am I going to talk about today? Sometimes those are my favorite videos, is just to come and connect with you guys. If you have any questions, please pop in and ask that. If you just want to say hi, I'll say hi back. I do have something on my mind to talk about, but the reason I was thinking about this bakery I'm at here is because they make the cutest meringues. I don't know if you have a meringue. It's basically egg whites and sugar fluffed up and baked and like a little cookie. And why we like to come here so much, they basically wait for my daughter to come in and get her meringue. They give her one for free, and I get a coffee some days. And it's just a place that we hop in and say hi to people that kind of care about food and care about their community and care about people feeling happy and nourished and satisfied, and it's lovely. And so I'm sure that 30 years from now, I'm going to be thinking, every time I see a meringue, I'm going to think, oh, remember when we used to go to our bakery and hang out and before school and just be with other people. It was nice, and I'll always have that memory. So food and emotions connected together, that's part of life. It's not a bad thing. What happens is when we start to make, and the thing is that these meringues are good, but my body doesn't want, and my daughter's body doesn't want too much of any one thing, so she's not going to eat meringues every day all day long, because we get sick of it. And that's an exercise I do a lot with clients, is if you think about a food that if you tell yourself, I could never let myself have it and I would never stop, well, do that experiment with yourself. What would happen if you let yourself have, let's say you love peanut butter, but you're scared to eat peanut butter. Like if I said, and this is exercise I do with my clients, so it's a little bit of a bonus insider tip here today. But if I said, I'm going to give you $1 million if you will be willing, this sounds silly because it's not going to happen, but if you're willing to gain a pound of weight in 24 hours, how much peanut butter would you have to do to make that happen? Like literally 1 pound, not a squishy, watery 1 pound because you ate a little extra salt one day. It's like, no, or your period's tomorrow. It's legit a pound of mass, muscle and tissue and little fat, whatever. I certainly would do that for $1 million. Sign me up. What do you want me to eat? The problem with that is that not many of us could do it, because we would get sick of the food that we're trying to eat. Because if it's the same food in a 24-hour period and quantities enough to make us gain 1 pound, which would be a ton of food, double what you think you probably should eat, that theoretically could happen. And so that's not what I ever ask of my clients. I'm not saying that you can eat meringues or peanut butter in a way that makes you sick, or to not listen to your body if you're like, I don't feel like peanut butter. But no, you have to. The issue is that if we believe that peanut butter is bad, it's going to make us want to eat it because we're afraid we'll never get it again. Or the same thing with meringues or whatever. So if whoever's watching, could I get a thumbs up or anything to make sure you can hear my audio good? Because I know I'm outside and I want to make sure everything's okay. So I'd love to get a like or a thumbs up just to let me know that your audio is coming through good. Sometimes I can't tell when I use my earphones if you guys can hear me, because I've had troubles with that in the past. So great. Oh, I got a heart. Thank you. Appreciate it. So good. Thank you. You can hear me well. Okay. So that's the thing, is that, you know, our bodies aren't going to want too much of any one thing. And I know that's scary to trust that. So those of you who are in the position right now of like, you know, you need to eat more food. You know it. You know it because of the lack of energy, focus, obsession, lack of vitality, fear, whatever. I know that you know that. And so my encouragement to you is to try something, you know, and try something in a way where you have to go out of your comfort zone and get it. Like go to a bakery, go to any place, and even if it's like a grocery store that, you know, maybe you don't have one of those fancier grocery stores that has food that you can go in and eat and hang out, like, well, go to your regular grocery store and even sit in your car if you had to and have something you haven't let yourself have in a long time with permission, knowing that your body isn't going to want that food. And if you had to like make yourself, you're not going to want to eat that food every hour of every day. It will end. And a lot of my clients say, well, no, but if you add it to other things, then I'll gain weight. Well, it's like, again, you're not going to be a weight that you're not supposed to be eating with full permission. And, you know, at the beginning, I know that we all have to go through mechanical eating to make sure we're eating enough. Most people have to go through a period of that. Not everybody, but a lot of people. But if you are at that space already where your signals are kind of, you're fairly accurate, you know, you're eating regularly, you're not going in huge long gaps between meals, unless you went to like a 9 or 10 or something on the hunger scale, like stuffed, then you should be good to go ahead and, you know, trust that you don't need to be waiting long periods of time between meals. That's going to actually slow things down metabolically, so don't do that. Anyway, that your body's trustable and it's really wise and it has a lot to offer you. So on that end of the spectrum, if you're struggling with not eating enough, that's some of my suggestion. And again, this is a Q&A day, so if anybody has a question, please ask me, I'll answer it live. If not, I'm going to go with my second part and sign off. So if you are joining late, listen to the first part because we talked a lot about just emotion, the positive around emotions in food, as well as giving yourself the permission to take risk and trust your body. All right, so part 2 is if you're in the struggle of feeling like, you know, I kind of know that I'm full, but I don't want to stop. There's a couple of things that could be happening. I mean, we all go through a period of time of kind of just, it's not exactly deprivation-driven eating, but we all go through a period of time, no matter what your nutrition status is, if you're well-nourished or not, is that we need to just eat the foods and have our bodies trust that we might have a period of eating a lot of food and it needs to happen to settle that fear response of, I'm going to get dieted down again, or I'm going to get starved again, and I don't want to go there. So now that you're eating cookies, don't really want you to stop. That's a response either out of fear or rebellion. And either way, instead of judging it or being mad at it, or even being mad if you binged, see it for what it is. Like, let it go. Even let it happen, because you'll learn a lot about that white knuckling against not fully feeling those feelings. It's not about the food. It's about our like prohibition or inhibition to feel safe, to feel stuff, to feel safe, to like have a sequence of like events or emotions happen and it not feel so overwhelming that it feels like it's going to kill you. I promise the emotions won't kill you. They might feel really overwhelming or uncomfortable. Our job is to bring comfort and kind of reparenting in those places. And so if you have to eat your cookie in the car with the radio on to give yourself permission to eat it in a slower way, or just to let yourself have it all, do that. Like, be willing to be that encouraging and that loving and parenting towards yourself in the best way possible. So I want to say one more thing about the eating thing that feels a little bit, so if you've gone through a period of, I need to eat all the foods, great. Some of us find that we eat to, you know, I don't like to say just emotional eating, because yeah, of course we all emotionally eat, but sometimes it's got a pattern. And if you feel like your pattern is, I'm basically chewing because I'm so mad and I'm going to chew and swallow it down because I've been told my emotions are too big, they're too much, whatever. Pretty intelligent response to deal with things that feel safe. But I want to remind you that these aren't those times anymore. And I want you to have encouragement You keep watching these videos. If you need help, reach out. But to know that there is a way to clear that charge from your system, to create some space for that anger to be seen and heard, and that discharge, like let it to be able to be discharged. That way we don't have to keep that same habitual thing of like chewing that down and repressing it. For you, it could be different than that. It could be, I eat to ground myself because I'm so up and I'm so frantic and I'm so freaked out about getting everything done, or about the big and the little things, like feeling like a big deal and too much, that I've forgotten my adult competency, and that's a big deal for people. So something else I would suggest is finding other ways to ground yourself. And I've done tons and tons of videos on that. I got tons of stuff on YouTube about that, so I'm not going to go deeply into it today, because I think every week I do some kind of exercise. In my holiday eating group, there's a grounding exercise in that. So hopefully, if you haven't got the holiday eating class, that's free. Get it, download it, and do it. And do it before next Wednesday when I do the free class here on, it's going to be Facebook Live. So please do it, because I want to ask questions of people who have done the class, done the work, and show up with their individual questions. I mean, I don't want it to be this kind of vague, me giving you ideas, but like actually do some coaching, and not just teaching. So if you do the class and you have an individual question about any of the materials, how to use it, you just said you did it all and you want my feedback, I'm happy to go there. Let's do it. So that's another way you can ground yourself, is to show up for things that are healthy for you and safe for you, and find your feet in doing it, and feel how that feels to be heard and seen in that kind of way. So that's the other thing I want to say as I sign off here, is that a lot of times I think a lot of us have a nourishment barrier. At least I know I did, and I don't know if I do. It might be there a little bit. There's times I can see like, yeah, I could have been a little bit more open there to like being full on 100% vulnerable. But I'm like, I don't know, I'm 90% there, 95% there at almost 40 years old. So give me a couple more years, maybe I'll be there. So we're all works in progress as well. And, when there is safety available and mentally you kind of know that, but your body's not feeling it yet, well, can you take one step forward, which might be you show up for something, or somebody offers you something, and, well, can you take a risk to do it? Like, okay, they invited me to this thing, and I don't have to fully participate, but can I show up for 5 minutes and orient to whatever feels good or safe around that? And if that feels like more than enough, then I can go, whatever it is. If you get invited to a holiday party and mentally you know that it's relatively a safe spot, it possibly could be fun. Yes, there'll be food there, but you could use your holiday guide to kind of get you through it. Or work with your non-diet dietitian or whatever, is say yes. Say yes to life, say yes to things, and definitely say no to things that you don't want to do. Don't say yes to things you don't want to do. So anyway, whole other thing, I'm actually going to do a boundaries kind of a yes-no boundary kind of series next week. Like, that's the theme. It's not going to be that exact thing every single day, but the videos next week will be around that topic. So I hope you join me for that as well, and I hope you have a great weekend. If you haven't done your guides yet, then get working on them this weekend. Plan out for yourself a little bit. It's instructional. It's going to be me talking to you for 45 minutes with some worksheets to work through some stuff, and for you to get clear about how you want your holiday or just social gatherings around food to go. So all right, y'all, thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. If you have any questions, please put in the comments below, and I'll circle back around and answer them for you. All right, thank you so much, and take care. Bye.